Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. Tensions between Belize and Guatemala continue to flare following an incident that occurred late on Friday evening where one Guatemalan national was shot in the arm. The government of Belize was the first to issue a statement on the matter on Friday, and according to the report, 3 Guatemalan men were detained by a joint patrol comprised of officers from the Belize Defense Force, the Police Department, and the Friends for Conservation and Development, after being caught in the CHIQUIBUL conducting illicit gold mining operations in the Cabo Chico area. Reports indicate that the incident played out at around 7:45 in the evening when the group of about 10 to 15 Guatemalan nationals were caught approximately 5 miles east of the border. The 3 men detained were identified as 23-year-old Carlos Roberto Perez Hernandez, 17-year-old Edin Alexander Garcia, and 21-year-old Solomon Martinez Pascual. Further reports from the patrol indicated that Perez Hernandez advanced towards a member of the patrol in an aggressive manner with a machete. That is when the officer fired a warning shot in the air, but Perez Hernandez continued to advance at him. The officer then fired a second shot in self-defense, wounding Hernandez in his left upper arm. The patrol dressed Hernandez's wound and took all 3 men to the San Ignacio police station for processing. Hernandez was taken to the San Ignacio hospital where he was treated and returned into police custody. This morning, all of the accused appeared before the San Ignacio Magistrates Court, where they pled not guilty to the charges relating to illegal entry and extraction of resources from a national park and were remanded until June 21st, 2016. Minister of Foreign Affairs Wilfred Elrington was briefed about the incident in the Cabo Chico area on Saturday, and during an interview with our colleagues at 7 News, he assured Belizeans that the international community will learn about Belize's version of the events. Minister Elrington also took the opportunity to again ask the local media to refrain from sensationalizing the story.
I was just informed that in fact it was there was one of the people whom they met. I think they said they met 10 of them, and in the process of dealing with them, one of them became fairly violent and assaulted one of the rangers, and I think he got injured in the process. That is as far as I know.
The Guatemalan officialdom with the last shooting, the fatal shooting, they went on a public relations war against Belize, suggesting to the international community that the BDF are human rights violators. Do you, as the lead diplomat, intend to intercede as quickly as possible so that this particular incident is not run away with to give Belize a black eye?
You can rest assured that the Belize authorities are very competent in dealing with all eventualities. So I think the country is very fortunate to have a very competent leadership at this point in time, and I think we are able to handle the matter quite well. Quite well. Yeah. But I would want to suggest that maybe the press could see themselves as having a responsibility to the society. All of us have responsibility. And when I mess up, I am excoriated, criticized, but there is no accountability for the press. The press says anything and nobody bring them to account. And they're doing grave harm to our society. I would really like to see some restraint on the part of the press. Sometimes I wonder whether the press is foreign-owned.
And while the government of Belize reported that the patrol that shot Carlos Roberto Perez Hernandez, Guatemalan found illegally panning for gold in the CHIQUIBUL, acted in self-defense in Friday night's incident, Guatemala is calling foul. Following the incident in the Cabo Chico, Guatemala faulted Belize to the international community for allegedly using excessive force. While it seems that the Guatemalan government accepts that the men were illegally gold panning inside Belizean territory, they are claiming that unnecessary force was used on the part of the Belize Defense Force in handling the situation. Guatemala's foreign ministry, in a post on their official Twitter page, rejects Belize's version of the events and questions the necessity of Belize's military having to shoot one of their citizens, stating that one person with a machete could not possibly have attacked a properly equipped and armed patrol. And amidst all the tensions at the SARSTOON and the SARSTOON law imposed by Prime Minister Dean Barrow, the government of Belize announced today that talks between Belize and Guatemala over a cooperation mechanism for the Sarsoon River will take place on Saturday, May 21, 2016 in Istanbul, Turkey. In their release issued earlier today, GOB stated that the foreign ministers of Belize and Guatemala, Wilfred Ellrington and Carlos Raul Morales, will lead their respective delegations. Belize's grouping will include Ambassador Alexis Rosado and a representative from the People's United Party. We are yet to find out who will represent the PUP in the discussions or even if they will have representation. Belize and Guatemala will have the support of the Organization of American States, whose Secretary General Luis Almagro has declared that the aim of the meetings is to establish a mechanism to guarantee peaceful use, stability, and navigational security at the Sarsoon River. It is expected that if the Istanbul talks do not produce an immediate final agreement, the OAS will host follow-up meetings in Washington, D.C. But according to Foreign Minister Wilfred Ellrington, Belizeans can rest assured that he and his team are working diligently on a protocol for the Sarsoon.
The 30-day ban is fast closing, and the last time we spoke with the Prime Minister, he seemed fatigued that no measurable progress has been made towards that protocol being finalized. Can you give us an update on that? And is there any further negotiations to be taking place between you and the Guatemalan Foreign Ministry?
I will simply repeat that we have the matter under control. We have the matters under control. We have the matters under control. You take it from me. We have the matters under control. It's a responsibility which we have and which we take very seriously. So we do have it under control.
Is there, to your mind, something tangible for us to hold on to, that it will take place? Because the Prime Minister has indicated that if there is no show of goodwill, he is minded to repeal the 30-day ban before it is closed.
Prime Minister is very, very mature, sound, sensible. He knows what is going on and he's going to do the right thing. I won't say more than that. I think you could rest assured that he will do the right thing.
Minister Ellrington will be heading to Turkey after the culmination of his trip to Taiwan, where he will be attending the inauguration ceremonies of the new Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen. 2 Belizean Mennonites are being accused of illegal logging along the adjacency zone on the Guatemalan side in an article published yesterday by Guatemala's newspaper Prensa Libre. According to the report, an area that spans some 10 kilometers in length and some 500 meters in width was set on fire by Mennonites living in Belize as they were carrying out illegal logging in the area. In the report, Administrative Manager of El Esfuerzo Asociación of Melchor de Mencos, Ronald Segura, explained that the actions of the Mennonites are worrying because as co-managers, they are tasked with protecting flora and fauna at the adjacency zone particularly. Segura added that citizens of both countries are expected to respect approximately half a mile on each side of the imaginary line between the two territories and avoid any activity affecting the environment, something that, according to them, Belizeans have not respected. The report goes on to state that officials have informed the office of the OAS on the matter but have not received a response, and added that the government of Belize is expected to receive a special report on the issue. Now, that is what the Guatemalans are saying. Today, however, 21-year-old businessman Roger Plett, along with one of his employees, held a press conference to narrate their version of what happened.
I was on my dad's ranch there with the tractor there. I was on backup to outfire if needed, and so I was close to the border when we had the fire line there, and if the fire was supposed to cross the fire line, I was supposed to out the fire with the tractor and with the water. When I was in the tractor, when suddenly there was 10 military persons and about 5 people in civilian clothing, they came running out of the forest, and the military, they surrounded the tractor, and the one person in civilian clothing, he started beating his machete against the side of the tractor door, yelling in Spanish, telling me to get out of the tractor. Me, for fear of my life, I didn't try to run with the tractor. I climbed out of the tractor. When I climbed out of the tractor, the military men, the men in camouflage clothing, they came and surrounded me.
Now, Pled's version of the occurrence is very different from what the Guatemalans are saying, since according to the Mennonite businessman, the incident occurred on Thursday and not over the weekend as reported on the Guatemalan newspaper. And the businessman also alleges that they were assaulted and held hostage by Guatemalans as they fought off a forest fire in the Green Hills area of Cayo, something that was never mentioned by the Guatemalans. The following day, Plet says the Guatemalan military came across once more and held the watchman who guards a vast expanse of property. They placed a call to police who went to the area in a big group, but they did not proceed to the scene, indicating that they preferred to remain on the side of caution than to be involved in an international incident during highly volatile times. Plet also mentioned that in the past they have seen Guatemalans nearby and have in fact worked with them to put out fires, but this is the first time that this occurs. Plet, for his part, fears returning too close to the border. We will have more on this story in tomorrow's newscast. Coming up next, Archbishop accuses Guatemala's government of using the territorial and maritime dispute as a cover not to face the country's real problems. And the Zenobia Meg Center celebrates Mother's Day. Stay tuned.
Sugar City exclusive, and it's all going down Sunday, May 22nd inside Buch's Palapa. The following Monday is a holiday, so you know we have a party hard.
One bag of gold medal pan me now. Champion boy, you know the damn thing.
Musical entertainment by Big Bad 5-Star International, DJ Trav, DJ Ellie, Generation 2 Sounds, and Code 1 Sounds. Cash and prizes, cell phone giveaways each and every hour on the hour. Ladies who drink 3 for 10 on Bellican and Lighthouse, everyone receives a free Old Master drink courtesy of Eleanor Liquors. Ladies who pay $5 before midnight and $10 after midnight. And ladies, we're gonna have a Big Bad Broke Off Your Back competition.
Come wine till you broke off your back. Broke off your back.
So remember, Sunday, May 22nd inside Buch's Palapa. It's all about Sugar City exclusive. The following Monday is a holiday, so you know that one, yeah? Sponsors for Sugar City exclusive are Eleanor Liquors, Bellican, and promotional printed by Angela's Press.
As we reach the end of our first year of another term in office, Mayor Kevin Bernard and the Orange Walk Town Council expresses our appreciation to you, the residents of Orange Walk Town. With your support and with your cooperation, we're the most respected, productive, and responsible municipal administration in the country. We are proud of this achievement and proud of our record in office. We look forward to another year of constructive and meaningful collaboration and service to you. We ask that you continue to provide us with your input and support as we continue to work for the betterment of our community and the upliftment of our people. In 2016-2017, the work continues. One people, one town council.
Want to promote your business and increase your revenues? Advertise with Centaur on any of our 4 outlets. Ctv3 News, Despierta Belize, Fiesta FM Radio, and the Information Channel. Our rates are unbeatable. For more information, contact our sales representatives at 670-9177, 664-9438, 663-5585. 670-1275 or contact our office at 302-2216.
It's the start of 2016 and Smart is helping you to step your game up. Trade in your working Digiphone that is struggling with data connection or your smartphone and upgrade to a brand new 4G LTE cell phone for the lowest prices we have ever offered. Come in and see if you qualify for a free 4G phone with your trade-in. Step your game up with a Pantech Marauder, Pantech Perception, LG Transpire, or Samsung S4 with free credit, free data, and free SIM card. Get connected to the fastest mobile network in Belize, Smart's Zoom Plus 4G LTE. That's right, the real 4G is here. So start the new year right and step your game up with a brand new 4G LTE device by trading in or upgrading today. 'Cause Smart, the love.
Smart, bringing people together.
The first case of Zika for Belize has been confirmed. As viewers may recall, we informed you on April 26 that the results for 3 suspected cases of the Zika virus were sent back to the Ministry of Health from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA, which all returned as negative. The Ministry of Health then sent an additional 7 samples to CARFA for testing, which 6 of the 7 had also tested negative. And while we all thought that Belize would remain free from the virus, the case is not so for tonight. We can tell you that only moments ago, the Ministry of Health announced its first confirmed case of the Zika virus in Belize City. As soon as the results were returned, an immediate investigation was conducted and several measures were taken in an effort to reduce and control any potential outbreak of the virus throughout the rest of the country. As the investigations are currently ongoing, the ministry is doing everything in its power to follow the Zika preparedness plan and are informing the general public that they will continue to work along with the community in order to lessen the impact and are asking for the public's assistance in eliminating mosquito breeding sites so as to avoid being bitten by the vector that transmits the virus. The Ministry of Health has established that after the investigations conclude, they will be shedding some light on this case in particular, as well as other valid and relevant information. The heightened surveillance, however, is being monitored countrywide. Here in Belize, as well as Guatemala, the territorial dispute that come along with the incursions at the CHIQUIBUL Forest Reserve and the aggression lived at the SARSTOON continues to make headlines. But while there are those across the western border that believe that Guatemala has a right to claim portions of Belize, others think differently, as in the case of Guatemalan Archbishop Oscar Villan. The Guatemalan newspaper Prensa Libre today issued a report where Archbishop Villan speaks out about the Belize-Guatemala territorial dispute, saying that it should have been resolved over 40 years ago and that it is now only being used to divert attention from the daily problems that Guatemala faces. Here is that report.
Muy buenas noches, también les saluda Pilar Núñez. Vamos de lleno con la información. 3 campesinos guatemaltecos fueron detenidos por tropas beliceñas supuestamente por extracción de oro de la zona de adyacencia. Uno fue herido de bala tras la captura.
Información oficial del Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores reportó que 3 guatemaltecos fueron detenidos por las autoridades beliceñas a inmediaciones del Parque Nacional CHIQUIBUL, a 8 kilómetros al este de la línea de adyacencia. Salomón Martínez Pascual, de 19 años, un menor de 17, y Carlos Roberto Pérez Hernández, de 23, quien fue herido con arma de fuego en el codo, son sindicados de extracción ilegal de oro y son originarios de la comunidad Las Brisas CHIQUIBUL Menchor de Mencos. Aunque Belice denuncia que los connacionales atacaron con machete a una patrulla de las fuerzas de defensa, la Cancillería rechazó tal versión que se publicó en un comunicado.
Y en reacción a esta problemática con Belice, del arzobispo metropolitano Monseñor Oscar Julio Bian Morales indicó que tiene muchas dudas sobre si esto es una provocación o simplemente se trata de un distractor de temas importantes del actual gobierno.
Monseñor Oscar Julio Vián externó su opinión respecto a los hechos mortales ocurridos en la zona de adyacencia con Belice y dijo que los gobiernos deben resolver a la brevedad el conflicto y no utilizar este tema para desviar la atención de otros problemas más graves.
También que haya seriedad en esto, porque siempre que hay algún problema y queremos soslayar la opinión hacia otra cosa, sale Belice y salen los problemas de Belice. Y creo que esto ya lo deberíamos haber solucionado por lo menos hace 40 años. Pero sale cabalmente cuando tenemos otros grandes problemas en Guatemala. Y a veces lo levantamos demasiado. Levantamos demasiado polvo como para ocultar cosas. Vayamos realmente a cuál es el problema que está pasando ahí en Belice.
Además, el máximo jerarca de la Iglesia Católica en Guatemala se refirió a las amenazas que ha recibido el juez Miguel Ángel Gálvez y dijo que es necesario retomar el diálogo a todo nivel.
Archbishop Vian made a call to Guatemalan President Jimmy Morales to strengthen dialogue with Congress and other Guatemalan executives, law, and political parties to decide what is best for their country regarding the dispute. The report ends with the Archbishop condemning any threats and reprimands Guatemala for resorting to threats instead of dialogue. According to him, those actions are reprehensible and only take us back to the early years of killing people for a discussion to end. Yesterday, we received reports about a traffic accident that occurred at about 1:30 in the afternoon on Palmar Road in Orange Walk Town. Unconfirmed reports of CTV3 News indicate that the driver of the vehicle, allegedly a woman, was texting on her phone when she found herself on the wrong side of the road and collided into a motorcycle traveling in the opposite direction. Luckily, the driver of the motorcycle only sustained minor injuries. But apparently, the driver of the car was frightened out of her wits since she allegedly fled the scene, leaving the vehicle behind. We are told that the victim was transported to the Northern Regional Hospital where he received treatment. When we contacted Superintendent Selvin Tillett of the Orange Walk Police Formation earlier today, he told us that the victim requested no court action. Therefore, no charges will be levied against anyone. A news release published on Saturday by Guatemala's Ministry of Foreign Affairs informed that its Foreign Minister, Carlos Raul Morales, as well as their Minister of Defense, Williams Manzanilla, conducted visits to the over 36 Guatemalan communities that lie near the site of the adjacency zone, along with the Organization of American States, in a mission aimed at smoothing over the dispute sparked by the killing of the 13-year-old Julio Alvarado last month. According to the report, the delegation was accompanied by Magdalena Talamas, the special representative of the OAS Secretary General for Belize, Guatemala Issues, the director of the OAS Adjacency Zone Office, Sergio Benitez, and the presidents of the Commissions of Foreign Affairs and Petén Issues, Julio Lopez Vallatoro and Jaime Regalado. And the objective of the visit was to learn the situation of the residents and to evaluate the production projects coordinated by the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the OAS with the help of the international community. During the visit, they held meetings at the OAS Adjacency Zone Office, where, according to the news item, they evaluated the situation of those communities after the incident in which a minor lost his life at the hands of the Belize Defense Force in the adjacency zone. According to the release, Foreign Minister Morales requested that the OAS undertake an assessment of the 36 communities to strengthen and expand the sustainable development projects that will allow the subsistence of the families and increase commercial exchange. The residents are said to have requested the strengthening of educational programs, the expansion of health services, potable water, infrastructure, and electricity. Today, the OAS Secretary General Luis Almagro issued a release where it states that the OAS has accepted to support Guatemala in the development of a strategy of open government, with the aim of creating a more transparent public administration with better governance, more citizen participation, and greater social inclusion. Yesterday, the Zenobia Meggs Help Age Center, in partnership with the Orange Walk Central Committee, hosted their Early Mother's Day program at the Help Age Center located on Stadium Street. The event began at midday and included a lunch for the elderly, which was followed by a number of presentations from high school students, each prepared especially for mom.
Today we are celebrating mothers and fathers on the occasion of Mothers and Fathers Day. We host about 100 persons to each activity that we have, but we do give service to about 166 persons because some whom we had served who used to come to our activities, they are sick and they no longer can attend our activities, but we still keep them on our programs and we have them as shut-ins. We give them visits, we give them food packages, and we still keep in touch with them.
And while the main objective behind yesterday's event was to include the senior citizens in modern day activities, the Orange Walk Central Committee played an essential role in organizing the event, as they also involved the younger generation to assist with the program.
We're trying to make the elderly be part of the community, not be excluded out of the community. I want to be part of it. And the next thing is that we want all the young people to try to come and incorporate in this help age, so that this could be something that you could share with the young and the old, because one of these days you will get old. So I think that by having the young and the old together, working, like right now we got some people right now working with us, young, and we show them how we have to appreciate the older folks. They have given us all that they had, all these years. So I think it's by time now that the younger generation start to give it to them back, help them out, enjoy the last days in this beautiful earth.
Members of the Zenobia Meg Help Age Center participate in monthly activities organized by the center. These include monthly checkups to monitor the conditions the members are in.
Every 2 months we have clinics at the hospital. Like this month, the 26th of May, we should have a clinic at the Orange Walk Hospital, to which we are inviting the elderly to attend, to go and do their checkups, because we are interested for them in maintaining their a good healthy life. And even if they do not feel bad, they should be encouraged to go, and we encourage them to visit the clinic so that they can get their checkup and to know the status of their health.
According to organizers, the program would not have been successful without the generous assistance from sponsors. Carmelita Government School is celebrating their first Drug Awareness Week under the theme, Drugs Are Rough, Drugs Are Tough, by saying no, that's enough. The event kicked off today and is being celebrated with the intention of raising drug awareness and to educate students about the detrimental effects that come along with drug consumption. With a torch run that began here in town at 8 in the morning in front of the National Drug Abuse Control Council office located on Main Street, the institution official began their fight against the drugs.
We were fortunate enough to acquire some funds through the Ministry of Health to organize activities to bring awareness to our students about the harmful effects of drugs. This morning we started with a torch run from the NDAC office to our school, which is symbolic of our fight against drugs. And it is important that students become aware of these harmful effects that are in their environment. This year, our theme is Drugs Are Rough, Drugs Are Tough. By saying no, it is enough. That is a theme that was created by two of our students. We made it in the form of a competition, and that theme was the one selected as the appropriate one for these activities.
Shortly after this morning's ceremony, the students signed a pledge committing themselves to desist from consuming any type of drug that is harmful to their health.
Our main message is to stay away from drugs. I am confident that none of them has tried drugs as yet, and we want to encourage them to continue being that way, never to try it, do not experiment with it. Students today committed themselves, they signed a pledge to live a life free of drugs and to stay away from drugs at all times. We are hopeful that they will fulfill their commitment. And we also encourage parents to support us in this endeavor, in this task of keeping students away from drugs.
The week is filled with many activities, including presentations from both the NDAC and the Orange Walk Police Formation. The event will conclude on Thursday, May 19th with a health fair that will be held on the school's campus. Carmelita Government School is also the first primary school to celebrate Drug Awareness Week. When we come back, Enrique Mendez and Ladrick Shepard bring us all the details of the sporting action that took place over the weekend in the world of sports. Stay tuned.
We rely so much on the internet. Shouldn't it be effortless? With Smart 4G LTE, experience an uncomplicated, smooth, accessible network of speed and reliability. Changing the face of mobile internet in Belize. Smart's 4G LTE has low-cost packages to suit your personalized internet needs, starting at only $35. And also offers specialized social media packages for as little as $15 for an entire gig. Dial Star Data to purchase a package. Visit your nearest Smart showroom or visit us online for more information.
Amigos, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches, bienvenidos. Yo soy Enrique Méndez y les doy la bienvenida a Deportes Ctv3, en donde les vamos a presentar la información deportiva que hemos recopilado para usted. En la información deportiva, al momento vemos lo que pasó en fútbol amistoso sub-15. El equipo de Orange Walk Central Stars vence al equipo Club León de México 4-2. En el segundo partido, Sub-17, Club León México vence a selección de Belmopan 3-0. Tenemos entrevistas con el director técnico del Club León y también tenemos entrevistas con Armando Bab y Marlon Tillet. Escuchemos sus palabras para Deportes CDB3 con nuestro compañero Matt Bull.
Nosotros venimos trabajando hace 6 meses con la filial del Club León. Somos la filial del equipo grande de México del Club León. Nos dieron la oportunidad de tener nuestra escuelita ahí en Chetumal. Apenas llevamos trabajando 6 meses. Vienes trabajando la sub-17 6 meses y la sub-15 apenas armamos 2 meses trabajando con ellos.
El juego primero, el sub-15, ¿qué más o menos piensas que pasó en el juego?
Ok, nerviosismo de los chavos, se desconcentraron, se asustaron por venir aquí, pensaron ellos que iba a ser un partido normal ahí como en México, como en Chetumal, y ellos mismos perdieron el partido.
Este equipo, el sub-17, habla un poco de ello.
Ok, la sub-17 ha participado ahorita en torneos de la filial de León, acaban de venir de Guanajuato. Participamos con 30 equipos, en los cuales ellos quedaron en 9º lugar. De México para arriba, del país de México, del centro para arriba, el nivel de fútbol es diferente, es más técnico, más esto. Y para ser nuestra primera vez que fuimos allá y todo, en quedar 9º lugar de 30 equipos, estuvimos muy bien y venimos trabajando bien con ellos. Y eso cosa que lo están viendo ustedes ahorita, es diferente el equipo que al sub-15.
Diga un poco de los jugadores de Belice.
Ok, en el primer partido hay 2 niños muy interesantes, el número 10 y un lateral que no vi el número, lo apunté pero está en la tabla. Esos niños juegan muy bien, están bien parados, un poco más de técnica, pero también tienen mucha fuerza, mucha rapidez y juegan fútbol. Y les digo ahora que les hacemos una invitación abierta que vayan ahora a Chetumal a jugar contra nosotros.
Marlon, tell us about the Belmopan Under 17 team.
This is a collection from about 4 teams. We are having a Youth 17 competition right now, and we get players from about 4 of the teams, and so it's more like a selection from Belmopan.
What can you say about the first half of the game?
Well, our boys played well. We made a mistake at the back, but our boys is playing well, and we expect a little more effort from them, and we should score a goal in the second half.
How is football in Belmopan right now?
Belmopan football right now is going well. We have from U13, U15, U17, U18. We even have futsal playing in Belmopan right now.
Tell us a little about the Mexican team.
Well, it's the first time we've seen them. We see the level of they're a little bit above us, but not too far, and eventually we'll get there.
I get in contact with my colleague here in Chetumal, and we discuss it, and I made arrangements with Mr. Tillet from Belmopan and Mr. Montero from here, and we decide to just go through with this match with them, you know, under 15 and under 17.
Are you satisfied with how it is going right now?
Fully satisfied. I'm glad everybody came out and have fun. You know, it's a family day, you know, enjoying football with the visitors, and I really I feel good about it.
Will there be any return match for this?
Yes, we already arranged a return match, but we'll be talking to the both teams and getting our act together and see when we can travel there together and give them the return match.
Anybody would like to thank that supported you for this tournament?
Yeah, well, I would like to thank they have the Orange Association who are here helping us. The Dr. Correa who sponsors us a little, you know. And our club who worked hard and to make this day possible.
Fútbol de Rivera del Río Hondo en semifinales, juego de ida. El equipo Sabidos Quintana Roo vence al equipo deportivo Cocoyol 3-1. El gol por parte del equipo deportivo Cocoyol lo anotó Andrés Muy. Juegos de vuelta este domingo 22 de mayo en Cocoyol a las 12 del mediodía. El Deportivo recibe en casa al equipo de Sabidos Quintana Roo. En el torneo de fútbol Andrew Chavarría, Crystal FC vence 1-0 a Minions con el gol de Cleveland Lord. Sinbad FC vence al equipo de Blackwater 3-2 en penales. Heart and Soul vence a Grumpy Strikers 1-0 con el gol de Amílcar Quintero. San Franz vence a LA United con goles de Enrique Bab y José Puerto. Youngsters vence a los Cholos 2-1 en tiros desde el manchón penal. En Five-a-Side Interoficinas, el equipo de Odets vence a BSI 4-2. Santos Orizar, Nelson Estrada y Mauricio Estrada anotaron para Odets, mientras que Kenny Chi anotó para el equipo de BSI. Center Cable vence al equipo de BWS 4-0, 3 goles de Asir Campos Chiri y un gol de Jorge Rodríguez. Townboard vence al equipo de Cuellos 4-1, goles de Zacarías González 3 goles y Marvin Guerra 1 gol por parte de Townboard, mientras que Hipólito Flores anotó para el equipo de Cuellos. Seminario para directores técnicos de fútbol este sábado 21 de mayo, 8 de la mañana en punto en la cancha de Luisiana. Se proveerá almuerzo para los técnicos que asistan a este seminario. Resultados de maratón de softball en San Esteban. Primer sitio fue para Golden Strikers de San Narciso. Segunda posición fue para Red Orchids de San Narciso. Y el tercer sitio fue para el equipo de Guinea Grass. El próximo maratón será el domingo 22 de mayo en Caledonia. A nombre de nuestro gran equipo de producción, nuestros camarógrafos César Cal, a nombre de nuestro editor de videos Big Sanji, por supuesto nuestro compañero de deportes Landry Shepard Matt Bull, yo soy Enrique Méndez y nos estamos viendo aquí la próxima edición de Deportes. Gracias por su atención, buenas noches, buena vibra.
That's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, May 17th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.